That is the hardest part of that ring.
For the hardest part of the ring.
Hello and welcome to episode 23 of Hardest Part of the Ring, the podcast where four friends get together to discuss the wonder of professional wrestling. And we have made it. We are here, guys. It is officially the most wonderful time of the year. It's way better than Easter, way better than Christmas, better than your birthday, your wedding day, and the birth of your first child put together.
Wow.
And I will get into trouble for that. 7 hours. 16 matches. It's the showcase of the immortals on the grandest stage of them all. The show of shows, WrestleMania 34 is here.
I thought you were going to say our podcast was going to be 7 hours there. I was like, fuck off, it is.
Yeah, no chance.
If we go deep, it could be.
Easily.
Hello, guys.
Adam,
Hey.
hi.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Super.
Pumped. I'm
Stressed.
pointing at a sign.
Oh, yeah.
No,
What
but
sign
I
is
can
it?
do. It's a picture of Senbei Norimaki from Dr. Slump. That's all I got.
Okay,
Don't worry.
we'll edit that bit out, definitely.
Yeah.
I am Adam, and I am here, and Sam is here.
Hi.
Brett is here. Oh, my God, I've mixed it up.
Hello.
And John is here.
Hello.
Wow, new order. So yeah, I think to avoid this podcast running for 7 hours, we should probably just get straight into it, shall we?
Let's pod.
Do it.
This is going to be our WWE Wrestlemania 2018 preview after this.
Oh! Right on the apron. The spine run right down the apron. The apron doesn't give a damn. Your body does.
So WrestleMania 2018, in order to do a podcast that isn't 7 hours long, as we just mentioned, we have decided to avoid going through every match by match, but to each pick out 2 matches each that we're particularly excited about. We're then going to chat briefly about the other 6 matches on the card after that. And as we go along, we'll predict our winners and just talk about what we're mostly excited about. So to start off with, Sam,
Yeah.
pick out a match.
Yeah, right. So Daniel Bryan, Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn
Yes.
is the match I am the most excited for in, I'm going to say, years.
Wow.
Just, I'm...
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going with this.
And Shane O'Mac is in it.
Yeah.
And Shane
Unbelievable.
Okay, guys, I've got a podcast point up for grabs right off the bat here,
Oh, God.
Oh, shit.
right? Shane McMahon's last victory was 504 days ago.
Okay.
So, does anyone remember what match he was involved in too?
We should be able to work that out.
But
Um,
KO
So-
or AJ, maybe.
was it
Uh,
SummerSlam?
Nope, not SummerSlam. Kevin Owens and AJ were involved.
Ooh.
What was it? Survivor Series.
Brett,
Wow.
John, with the points. Survivor Series 2016.
Boom.
Good work,
Hey.
John.
Yeah, AJ, Bray Wyatt, Dean Ambrose, Randy Orton, and Shane McMahon defeating Braun Strowman, Chris Jericho, Kevin Owens, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins. And yeah, before that, his last victory came in 2006. So
Blimey.
this is going to be quite exciting for Shane McMahon because I think they're going to win. I can't
Yeah,
imagine.
it's weird. You'd think they have to win, especially with Brian coming back. There's no way he's going to lose his first
Yeah,
match.
right.
But
So-
Shane never wins.
It's going to be so weird. It's I'm quite excited though, just because like you've got Daniel Bryan coming back, and he's, for my money, one of the best wrestlers ever. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, like I don't feel like they've had a real crack at it at WrestleMania yet. You know, like kind of last year, Kevin Owens had that match with Chris Jericho, and that was amazing. But I don't feel like Sami Zayn's had a proper opportunity to shine, and this is just like I've been waiting to see these guys kind of wrestle at WrestleMania, and the fact that like Daniel Bryan is now involved as well is like I'm really excited about 75% of this match. So yeah.
It's so exciting to see Daniel Bryan step into the ring again.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the main reasons I got back into wrestling was when working with you, Sam, and you always used to go on about Daniel Bryan, and you used to send around little videos, like yes videos and stuff, and you used to do the yes chant if something good happened in the office.
I was so cool at work.
I didn't really know what you're on about, but your sort of enthusiasm for him got me interested in again. So I'm excited to see him, but I'm also excited to watch it with you and see how excited you'll be.
Over the moon. I think kind of one of the coolest parts as well is the fact that kind of, so the stipulation of this match is if Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens lose, they will not be rehired to SmackDown. However, I severely doubt they're going to be fired from WWE, which I guess means that they may be showing up on Raw, which is kind of
Both
cool.
back to Raw.
That would be good for the go home episode, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
One of those changes.
Just one of those things where I'm just very excited to see what comes and what happens.
Are you predicting Shane O'Mac to start off in the ring and there be an extremely hot tag for Daniel Bryan?
The hottest of hot tags.
Yeah,
yes.
that is going to be.
It's going to be
very
on fire.
I am going to lose my shit at this match. I'm just so hyped up for it, and just
Hang on a minute, you're watching it in my house. I don't want you to lose your shit in my living room.
I mean, I might.
We have a very hygienic approach to watching television.
That's okay. I'm going to lose it. We don't know where it will be.
Okay, fine. I'll just find it in a few months' time. Fine. Okay, cool.
Cool. Hiding shit in Adam's house. That's what I'm looking forward to. Next match, guys.
Oh no! So your prediction is Daniel Bryan and Shane to win that, yeah?
Daniel Bryan, Shane to win it.
Is there any
John?
news on Shane's Diverticus? Whatever he's got.
I think he's going to be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you guys calling the same result?
It's hard.
Yeah, I thought my gut was telling me Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, but actually now thinking about the brand switch, that's just totally threw me.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point.
So yeah, let's go with Daniel Bryan.
I can't see Daniel Bryan not coming back with a
let's
win. You know.
Have some yes chance.
Yes.
I'm going to go with Kevin Owens and Sammy just for the sake of being different.
Okay, fine. And I'll go for Daniel Bryan and Shane as well. It's got to be. It's got to happen. Cool. Okay, so next up is John. What are you excited about?
Well, I'm super excited about the Intercontinental match between The Miz, Finn Balor, and Seth Rollins.
Nice. Yeah, I am too. I think this one's kind of gone under the radar a little bit, hasn't it, considering the talent involved?
Yeah, I think this is going to be the best match on the... especially now that Cedric Alexander and Ali's been booted to the pre-show. I think this will be the best match on the main card.
I think that's probably a good shout, to be fair. I could see that happening easily.
I think these three guys are easily the best guys in the company.
I would say they're definitely among the hardest workers.
Outlandish statement.
Yeah, The Miz definitely on board with that. Finn Balor, never.
Some of the best.
Finn Balor has been killing it recently.
Yeah, he's really grown in this feud, I think.
Still, I'm not over with Balor. I don't know why.
I agree with the guys that he has been having some great matches, and in the build up to this in particular.
Yeah.
John, will Finn Balor be bringing the demon?
I don't know. It hasn't really been teased much, has he? Although he did lose on Raw last night.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
I hope he doesn't.
They'd tease it if he was going to, I think.
I really hope he doesn't.
Yeah, I kind of hope he doesn't either.
Yeah. It's quite difficult to call this match, I think, because Miz is closing in on the longest combined reign for the IC belt at the moment, I think.
Yeah.
But obviously his daughter was just born, so it might be a good chance for him to take some time off.
You see, I kind of think like the Miz might be in for a bit of a monster push over 2018, and I feel like kind of maybe this is the end of his Intercontinental reign and probably the start of his main event reign.
I hope so. I think Miz definitely deserves to be in the main event scene. I think it's something that we've all been saying since we started this podcast, that Miz should be in the main event scene.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you reckon they might do it like the Miz wins and they let him just like vacate it so that they get to do another tournament? Because they're liking the tournaments at the moment in
They
WWE.
do. I mean, the other thing is that WWE love a go-home title change.
Yeah.
And that's one I could easily see changing hands like the day after.
That's a good point, actually.
I think it's going to be the Miz's win in this one.
Do you reckon?
I'd noted down Seth Rollins to take it because I thought along the same lines that the Miz might drop it and take some time off. And Seth Rollins is such an A-lister that maybe he needs a title, but
he's such an A-lister that he needs a B-list title.
Yeah, well, what I mean is, if he's going to be in the B-list picture, then he should have the title. But
It feels, especially after that
dunno.
gauntlet match, it feels like his stock has risen massively.
You see, I actually kind of have a feeling that Finn Balor is going to go home with it. I feel like that was
Finn
probably
Balor's my bet as well. I
Yeah.
think he will go with it. But it's a difficult one to predict. So yeah, Miz makes sense. Get that record. Both Rollins and Balor have got a lot of momentum going into this match. And both of those would make sense. I just think this match is just going to be so good. I mean, I think just Balor and Rollins are going to be fucking awesome.
Yeah, I mean, the best thing about this match is that we just do not know who's going to win it, and that is what makes wrestling fantastic.
yeah, can't wait for that one. Good pick. Brett, what about you?
Well, this is an obvious pick for me. Going for the championship with AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
Two of your favourites?
two of my bona fide favourites.
Would you say they are your two top favourites?
In WWE, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you still on board with the whole Knack train? Are you still there with him?
I am, but going on past, like I've not left it.
This needs to be a barnstormer, doesn't it?
Yeah.
This needs to be a really good match for him.
Yeah, I think Nakamura needs this.
They've not done great with Nakamura. I don't like this whole the artist business.
No.
I just think they need to make him a killer, really. Like, because I mean, let's face it, in the ring when he starts striking people with those knees, he is. But yeah, so obviously super excited about this. Excited to see perhaps a New Japan main event type match in WWE.
Yeah.
Being the last time these guys faced each other in singles competition. I was looking up, actually, like, obviously, because you know how much they bigged up AJ Styles initially with all his championships and stuff. And if you total them all up across, like, all the promotions, he's got, like, 26, like, championships.
Whew.
Like, that's a lot, isn't it?
That is a lot.
Wow.
Between, like, obviously multiple holds and tag champs and stuff. So he is the best, I think. I still think he's the best worldwide and he's the best in the company.
You think he's the best wrestler in the world at the moment?
Yeah, I still do.
Wow.
I think that's kind of like, that's an absolutely reasonable shout though. Like, I don't think...
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
I think he's probably not the most hot at the moment. I definitely give that, because I think there's other people that are certainly more on fire at the moment. And I think that's probably down to, the year he's had with WWE.
But I mean, the thing with AJ is he's consistently brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he has
Like,
great matches with everyone.
No matter like how, if he's running hot or cold or whatever, he's always going to bring his A game.
Yeah.
And no matter who he fights, he's going to make them look fucking good. So
Yeah, exactly that.
And this is why I think this is going to be great, because I think it's going to get the best out of Nakamura as well.
I mean, like, I got real chills like for that one moment when they were both holding that ladder. I think, was it at Money in the Bank? Is that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
it was.
Literally, it was for 30 seconds. They were just staring each other down, and it was just like, oh my God,
Yeah.
this match, man.
I think the only problem is, like, since that moment, they really have, like, just shoehorned in the build up to it, because I don't know if they've just rested on their laurels, thinking that, everyone wants to see these two guys, so they don't need to build it up.
I mean,
Yeah.
is there an argument to say that it's not been built up because it's not Reigns versus Lesnar and SmackDown is the B show no matter what anyone says?
Yeah, there's probably that
potentially.
as well.
Also, SmackDown's on tonight. Still time to add Baron Corbin to this.
Oh,
Oh my God, that'd be so good.
oh no.
It'd be so good just to see Brett's face. Oh, please let that happen. There's always a massive surprise. Maybe they won't do that at SmackDown, but there's always a massive surprise in the show. If that's it, Brett will be shitting all over my living room as well.
Make sure you get a lot of top.
Yeah.
Gonna need a lot of plastic for this WrestleMania. It'd be great if you go into B&Q and you're buying loads of plastic sheeting and the cashier's like, oh, WrestleMania party.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of shitting. Brett, what's your call? Who's going to win it?
I reckon AJ's going to hold.
Oh,
Me too.
Yeah.
I reckon Nakamura's going to win.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
50-50 split. I was just looking at all the other titles that are on the line and looking at other ones that I think will change hands. And I just think this is a probably a safe one to to stay, to
Really?
stick with.
You see, I think
AJ.
Nakamura needs this win, like probably more than anyone else on the card.
Maybe. I just think like it needs to be a decent match for Nakamura, and I would like to see this build into more of a feud so that they have a few more matches. I don't think like he needs to win it on this match to
Exactly. Win it at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
That's a long old build, that one.
It's not too far. Not too far.
Just
Anyway,
around the corner.
we'll see. So a 50-50 split for that one. The first match that I've gone for is one that I don't know. People are going to have mixed feelings, I guess, about the build and how it's gone. But it's going to be the Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle versus Stephanie McMahon and Triple H. Obviously, it's mostly, well, pretty much all about Ronda Rousey, who's set to make her in-ring debut. Of course, she did get in the ring at WrestleMania 31 alongside The Rock, but she hasn't actually competed for WWE yet. It's kind of been a bit weird, hasn't it, so far? I'm really excited to see her wrestle, but
super
her performances haven't been that convincing. I don't know if
I think she's done pretty well.
she's kind of missed spots and missed cues when she's been doing promos. I don't know if it's...
I think they've thrown her in the deep end with the promo side of things, though. And I guess because she's such a big star, they needed to. But I'll forgive her that, because that's probably the harder part for her to get right.
I mean, I feel like on Monday Raw after the WrestleMania, we're going to see her attached with Paul Heyman.
I hope so. I think she definitely needs a mouthpiece.
Yeah, I think it will be hugely beneficial for her.
Oh.
Yeah,
that could be good. That could be good, especially if Brock is gone.
I'm mostly, like, with this match, though, I'm mostly disappointed that, because I do think Ronda Rousey is going to be, got the potential to be great in WWE, and it's just that her first match is going to be at Mania, which is, like, huge, and she's alongside Kurt Angle v Steph and Triple H, and I just think that's such a... I don't know, I just think she's on to a loser to start there.
Yeah, I mean, she's not got the best parts to work with, has she? Kind of
No,
because she's not. No matter what happens, she's not going to look great because Steph isn't going to look great.
No.
Steph's not going to make her look great.
Yeah,
it's just not going to work.
It's weird, this match. I understand it that a mixed tag kind of protects her a bit, but a mixed tag against Steph I think it's just going to make it look awful.
I think the other thing is that you can kind of maybe forgive her for a bad match here because she hasn't got the parts to work with. It's not like she's wrestling AJ Styles, so you know.
I think I'm mostly looking forward to this as a spectacle, as like a big sort of fun WrestleMania moment, as they say, rather than a quality wrestling match.
Yeah, hopefully it's going to be outrageous. I think that's what we can hope for, it to be just stupidly outrageous.
I mean, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what Ronda does after this. I'm hoping she'll stick around for the long run and become a proper established wrestler.
Well,
she's
she will be
meant to be
she's
contracted,
committed.
Isn't she? So
yeah,
that's
but
great.
I mean, it's WWE. What does that mean?
yeah, she's contracted for WrestleMania.
Well, if it goes badly, then who knows? Who knows what will happen? But I think she'll stick around. Interestingly, I was looking at Stephanie McMahon's match record because I wondered how many matches she's had over the years. And she has had 23 matches, 12 wins, 8 losses and 3 draws. That's a win percentage of 52%.
Well, does anyone remember her match against Vince at WrestleMania? That was a grim spectacle.
No, surprisingly. Can't remember that one.
Yeah, so there are actually 2 other wrestlers, actual wrestlers, who have a similar similar win percentage of 52%. Can you name them? Obviously, this is quite hard to pluck names out of the air.
Kane.
So if you get this, I'll give you 2 podcast points. No, not Kane. Just throw out a few guesses.
Oh, Jesus. Current roster? Are they still active?
Yeah, both of them current. Both of them active. One of them going to feature on the card at WrestleMania. The other, unfortunately, not.
Who's our champ at the moment? Is it Nakamura?
The hardest part of the ring champ, Nakamura. No, it isn't. I'll just let you know. Sami Zayn has a win percentage of 52%. Obviously, I mean, he's wrestled hundreds of matches compared to the 23.
Yeah.
And the other is Goldust.
Oh, wow.
Goldust.
He's in the Battle Royale, though, isn't he?
That's a lot higher than I was expecting of Goldust.
Yeah, considering he's like lost for how long? Like matches. His rate must have been great beforehand.
Is he in the Battle Royale? I wasn't sure if he actually was.
I saw somewhere today that he is.
Okay. Yeah, because he's not in. He hasn't been in any of the photos of the lineup. But
You're not going to advertise Goldust, are you?
Do you reckon that's what he puts on his CV? Just like Goldust, as good as Stephanie.
Yeah. Yeah. So there you go. So I mean, predictions. Steph and Triple H have got to put Ronda over. Surely.
Yeah, Ronda definitely going over.
I think this is the most predictable match on the whole card.
Yeah,
I mean, there is Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar.
I think there's still some doubt about it. More doubt in that than there is about this.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. There's hardly any doubt, but there's maybe a tiny bit compared to this. Okay,
cool.
So up next is Sam with your second pick.
Yeah, right. So my second pick is probably what I would say is the dark horse of this match, of this card, is Charlotte versus Asuka.
Yeah.
Which
so cool. So it's going to be amazing.
For my money, like a lot of the time with WrestleMania, you get these dream matches, like kind of, you know, Miz versus Rollins versus Balor, etc., etc. This match, from my money, is the two best women's wrestlers in the world in any promotion. This has got such story behind it. I don't know if all time. That's a huge shout, but the best current.
Is a huge shout.
You don't have the knowledge. You don't have the knowledge.
I don't know. The two best active women's wrestlers in the world, in my opinion, coming up against each other, a streak versus a title. It's just, this for me has got WrestleMania Classic written all over it, like Undertaker, like Hulk Hogan versus Ultimate Warrior-esque for me.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, do you guys know about Charlotte's first WrestleMania appearance?
No.
Was she a rosebud?
And similar, she was part of Triple H's entrance at WrestleMania.
Oh, she was,
30.
wasn't she? With Sasha Banks and someone else.
Alexa Bliss.
Alexa Bliss, that's it.
Weird.
What was the entrance at 30?
What did they do?
They all had helmets. He was like Greek helmets or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, so he kind of comes out as
Or
like
Roman,
a
should I say.
Viking warlord with gold skull and stuff, with three scantily clad women around him, kind of taking off his armor, and those three scantily clad women were kind of Asuka? Not Asuka. Charlotte, Alexa Bliss, and Sasha Banks.
But we never saw their heads.
No, because they're wearing masks.
Yeah, okay. So we weren't, they were just doing it for fun. We weren't supposed to sort of get a preview or see them.
Yeah, no, it was kind of just
weird.
one of those things. It's kind of cool,
That's
though.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little bit of a misogynistic entrance, so maybe not as cool. But hey, it's Divas Revolution and all that. Kind of moved on.
So who's going to win?
A very good question.
That is a good question.
Yeah.
So
I've been flip-flopping. It's really hard.
For my money, right, I can't see where they would go with Asuka if they had her win the title and keep the streak. It just doesn't add up to me. Where do you go from there? So I can't think that Asuka is going to win. I think Charlotte has to win.
Yeah.
I am going to throw out there as well the biggest heel move in all of wrestling, right?
Oh, I think I know what you want.
You know where I'm going here, right? So Asuka beats Charlotte. She now has the title and the undefeated streak. And then Carmella running in, cashing in.
Shit.
I mean,
that makes sense.
That would be the biggest heel move since Seth Rollins did it.
But then Asuka just decking her.
You see, I don't think
Carmella's just not a big enough.
They can't have
name.
They
or
can't
attraction
do that to Asuka.
To come in and win it.
Would be
at
brutal.
WrestleMania.
It would be a fucking amazing heel move.
I don't know. I think it could. Yeah, I think that could be cool.
I would be so on board with it because I don't like undefeated streaks in wrestling. It doesn't make sense to me because it just kind of puts everyone else down. That's why the NXT Women's Division suffered after Asuka left NXT, in my opinion.
Yeah, it did. They didn't know where to put it, and everyone was having a match. Yeah,
it was just a little bit lost. And I love Asuka. I think she's a fantastic wrestler, but I don't think she needs to win every single match. I don't think that works for any wrestler. So I don't know. I think maybe a Charlotte win, and
this is one that I think she can lose credibly.
Yeah, I think this is the right choice if she loses.
The trouble is they've been telling this undefeated story, and I just don't think they're going to be pushing that story as much as they have been and have her lose.
But
yeah,
I mean, do you reckon not that necessarily she needs it loads, but that would elevate Charlotte to another rung of being a great champion, because she's been champion, and obviously we all think she's been great, but she's had like this, back and forth loss with Sasha Banks and dropping and picking up the title and all that stuff. Like a win like this would, elevate to another level of superstar.
Yeah.
But I agree with John that she just hasn't. They've been going in so hard on Asuka, permanently giving her stats. And Charlotte, even though she's the champ, there hasn't really been much going on with Charlotte, has there? There hasn't been much focus on her.
No.
Just generally, the last sort of
much
year,
going on in
hasn't.
SmackDown.
No.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Same for AJ Styles. Like they've just done nothing in that show this year, which is a shame because it started off like really quite exciting, and then they've just dropped it really.
Yeah. But then the other thing with this, of course, if Asuka wins the title, then that means she's going to have to move to SmackDown, right? So that's sort of something that they could have fun with on the go home show, and so I could see her winning it because they like mixing things up, and I'd have to go for Asuka if I was pushed, which I am.
I'm also going to go Asuka.
I'm going to go for Charlotte, but I am going to attach the Carmella card.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Charlotte, although I'd be happy seeing either of these two win.
Cool. I think it's definitely going to be a really good match. I can't wait. Can't wait to see it. John, your next pick?
Well, my next pick is predictably the main event. Brock versus Roman. The impossible to call match. The feud that's been building for years, and this match has been telegraphed since last year when everyone started saying, "Oh, it's going to be Brock versus Roman at next year's WrestleMania." And we all went,
Roman's going to win.
"Oh God, surely that can't be the main event for WrestleMania next year." And here we are. Here we are.
Did we see their face-off in Raw last night?
Yeah.
I haven't seen
I
it.
haven't seen it yet.
What happened?
Oh, it was... Well, I thought it was awful. They had Brock and Heyman come out to the ring, and then they got like the roster to stand on the ramp to stop Roman Reigns from being able to run in, and
not again.
The
old Brock Lesnar get the whole roster up to split them up bullshit.
But then like they didn't do that. They Reigns came out, and then he convinced them because Brock's a part-timer to part ways, and so they did, and he went, and then he ended up like Superman punching him like 4 times in a row.
That's why you hated it, Brett.
Yeah.
Michael Cole said Superman
But it
punch
just didn't look good.
4 times in a row.
The way you described it made it sound pretty good.
It didn't look convincing of like the Clash of Titans like it's going to be. But then Brock went out, and then he came back in the ring with a chair, and then he got Superman punched again. But then and then he was like, I actually think Brock's going into oversell territory now when he's like selling some of this stuff. So he's in the middle of the floor, he does a bit of like, shaking, convulsing stuff, which they like now.
Yeah, they do love that now.
And like Reigns has taken ages looking at the sign, holding the belt, like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And then just like that, Brock gets up and like F5s him and then gets out. And it's like, well, what?
That sounds better than the tug of war they had a couple of years ago.
It's just, I don't know. It's like they were trying to really big up Roman Reigns, and then suddenly they're like, yeah, brush that off.
I mean, I actually think they've built this pretty well. Like, when they started this, I was like, how are they going to get Roman over? Like, how are they going to get, at the end of WrestleMania, when he wins and holds that belt, people aren't booing the place down? And I think they've actually done a really good job of making Brock this bad, absent champ, and Roman being the man of the people, standing up for wrestlers. So I think it's definitely worked.
Even the photos with UFC guys they reckon is part of the story, don't they?
Yeah.
See, I kind of think that they're going to have enough goodwill in the bank with this WrestleMania that by the time this match comes on last, people are going to be so just hyped by what's happened that they'll forgive a Roman going over.
Yeah. I think it's going to be good.
I think it's going to be a great match.
I'm excited about it. Yeah, I'd say that last night's Raw was the only misstep they've had, and every other episode of Raw over the last sort of 3-4 weeks. Yeah, I think it's been really good. Yeah, everybody's played their part, and it was just you're right. Last night didn't feel suitable for the last Raw before WrestleMania,
because Reigns has stepped up definitely with the mic and his repartee on the whole situation. So I think they've played that, as you say, like perfect. But
I mean, one of the funny things with wrestling is like we obviously on the podcast give a lot of shit to WWE because of how predictable or rubbish it can sometimes be, but like, you guys are singing the praises of Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, which is something that we haven't done for a long time. So, I mean, fair play to WWE if that's kind of what they've done.
Last night, the crowd in Atlanta were, I think at one point they were even chanting Roman, Roman, Roman.
Cool.
Like, he has got some heat, and some of the fans, I reckon, have turned a little bit. And even me, like, I was just like, oh yeah, whatever. But I have enjoyed him being sort of the underdog and representing the locker room and all that stuff, as John was saying.
Cool.
It's cool.
He's had some better matches as well.
Oh yeah, he's a great worker.
Yeah, he's certainly, like, I think, stepped up all round. So that's.
But when he does that Superman punch to win the title, Brett will be adding tears to his pool of feces in my living room. Anyway, that's disgusting.
I actually think
Sorry,
one of the
listeners.
most interesting things about this match is what happens afterwards. Like, when Roman goes over, I just think it's going to do Raw in particular so much good. It'll just freshen up the whole roster. Like,
For sure.
What's Brock going to do next? Who will Roman be feuding with?
It's going to open up that bottleneck as well, where
Yeah.
kind of loads of wrestlers have wrestled Brock, and it's all basically been the same thing. They put on a good show, get F5'd once, and then that's it.
Yeah.
And that's finally going to go away, and you're actually going to have a credible challenger for the title.
Everyone's bored of that. Surely Samoa Joe is going to come back on Raw.
Yes.
And that'll be the first feud. That'll be amazing.
That's what I reckon's going to happen.
Because he's fit, isn't he? I think people are saying he's healthy and fit and ready. That would make sense. That'd be amazing. He's great music, great entrance music.
Have another prediction for Samoa Joe, which we'll get to shortly.
Do you want a fun little fact?
No thanks. So moving on.
Yes.
Yeah, go on.
So after this WrestleMania, Roman Reigns will have main evented the last 4 WrestleManias. Yeah,
It's almost
there are
as if
3
he's their guy.
superstars that have 5. And that's Shawn Michaels, The Rock, and John Cena. He's got more WrestleMania main events than Stone Cold.
Wow.
He's their guy, though.
Yeah, he is. And I don't mind
Which helps.
it. I don't mind it. It'll be a good match.
Yeah.
It will be. I think it'll be a good match.
I think
Again,
it'll be
a
all right.
spectacle.
Yeah, it'll be decent.
I guess the main thing is they could well be overrunning by then, so it might be like, come on, let's do another 2-minute match for classic.
Who are we predicting as winner? Who's going over?
Roman.
Reigns.
Yeah, Roman.
Yeah, you didn't even need to ask.
It would be quite interesting if Brock won. That'd be very unexpected.
I don't think it's totally out of the picture.
I think whereas a year ago, if you'd said Roman's going to win, I'd be like, oh, that's disappointing. I'll be gutted if that happens. I think it's the reverse now. If Brock wins, I'll be gutted because I think you're right. We need it to be freshened up.
Absolutely.
We need the change. So so that's probably what will happen. They'll troll us. Brock will keep it, and then it'll be Brock Roman at SummerSlam. Yeah, Brock Roman for the whole of the rest of the year.
The next feud after WrestleMania will be Brock versus Big Show.
Oh, God. Signed a new contract.
Has he?
Apparently so.
Cool. Okay, so next up is Brett's second choice. There's loads of matches left. What have you gone for?
Going on what I was saying in the last pod, I've gone for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship with the Usos versus the New Day versus the Bludgeon Brothers.
Yeah.
So, as far as I'm not totally sold on the Bludgeon Brothers yet, mainly because I've hardly seen them, I am starting to be happy to see the Usos against the New Day whenever possible. And I think maybe the Bludgeon Brothers being in this might do them good and setting them up for, being maybe a dominant, but at least an ever-present tag team for a while yet in a division that keeps sort of recycling tag teams.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's kind of a bit of a feel of Hardys versus Edge and Christian versus Dudley Boys about this match, I feel.
Yeah.
That WrestleMania classic, mate.
I don't think it's going to be that good.
No. Nowhere near as excited. Mind you, I didn't even know that match happened at the time.
You say that, but like kind of every single time we talk about the Usos on a pay-per-view, it's normally caveated with, this was the best match on the night.
Yeah, I think both the Usos and New Day are
fair.
top stars. I think they're worthy of being mentioned.
Yeah, I think it's a shame that the Bludgeon Brothers got added to this match a little bit.
Yeah, I think they did it because they feel the division needs more. And,
Yeah, they had to really.
I think it's totally a thing. Like, hopefully they can get elevated by being in a match with these other guys who are all just like great workers. You know.
Yeah. It's funny, actually, because quite recently I've been coming around to the idea of thinking, the Usos, I think they're probably actually the best tag team in the world. And then Kota Ibushi and Kenny Omega form a tag team.
Oh, yeah, that's a good... Yeah.
So, threw that one out of the wall.
I was like sidetracked. I was catching up on some New Japan, and they do a power bomb into a German suplex, which looks like the hardest thing I've ever seen in wrestling.
Oh, yeah, it looks pretty brutal as well, though, doesn't it? I saw it, and I was like, that did not look good.
Back to the Bludgeon Brothers. Well, that match, the Bludgeon Brothers, their outfits are so shit.
Oh my god!
And they're going to bring the mallets. They're going to bring the mallets.
Yeah,
mallet, and it's. I just have a feeling that it could end up being a disappointing finish.
I think the Bludgeon Brothers are winning this.
You reckon?
A strong shout. I could see him win it. It does look like they've raided Kane's wardrobe.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And they put the outfits on a dark wash, with a new pair of jeans or something.
I think the Usos are going to defend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I'm
so
with
too.
the Usos too.
Yeah. Again, just because they can't just change too many titles, so
no, and I don't want I don't think they need to change titles to push someone. I think if they gave it to the Bludgeon Brothers, it'd be purely like the titles would be pushing them as opposed to them, getting up to that level.
Yeah, exactly. You've got to hope that this match will give them some more credibility.
Yeah.
In terms of actually wrestling ability and being able to hang with these two teams in the ring rather than just coming in and causing chaos.
Yeah. Plus, how good would it be for the Usos to defend at Mania?
Yeah, great.
After not appearing on the last few.
Yeah. And the year they've had as well. I mean, they've been outstanding. They really have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sam, who was your pick? I didn't get your pick.
Oh, Usos. Usos all the way.
Okay. So the final pick, my final pick, is the other tag team championship match, purely because my number one favourite, the Dreamboat Braun Strowman, features. It's the Raw Tag Team Championship, The Bar versus Braun Strowman, and I mean at this time we still don't know. Obviously, people who saw Raw last night will know that Braun teased that his tag partner is going to be Brains Strowman, and he went back and changed into a shirt and a pair of glasses, and pretended he was Brains, which was quite ridiculous but also quite funny. Obviously, he won the right to a title shot after single-handedly winning the Tag Team Battle Royale a couple of weeks ago, and I think everybody does want a 2-on-1 handicap match, and I don't. Well, I can't. When I thought about that, I thought, I bet Sam doesn't.
I don't.
But
I don't
just sort of
see the point in it if they put someone with Braun.
No, I don't see the point of it either.
I've got a few ideas about that. I'm thinking, what do you guys think to the idea of a possible James Ellsworth return?
No.
Oh God.
it would be funny, but no, he's gone.
I don't know if it'd even be funny. I think it'd be like, oh God.
Okay, all right. Braun Strowman and Big Cass.
Oh, nobody would give a shit. I don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Braun Strowman and a new Bray Wyatt.
Depends what the new Bray Wyatt is.
Like
He's
IRS
not on the
Junior.
card at all as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he might come back at Raw. They're not. I can't see them trying to shoehorn him in now. They've already got a way of losing him for a bit.
Braun
Next, Sam?
Strowman. Lars Sullivan.
Oh,
No.
Lars Sullivan, that would be. I
That'd
don't
be
think
ridiculous.
don't think that would go over, but
I think that'd be a cool tag team.
that would be a cool tag team.
They'd never be able to lose the titles ever again with those two.
No, maybe they could bring up AOP, Authors of Pain, at that point.
One more. Braun Strowman and Samoa Joe.
Oh, okay, that's the Joe prediction.
Wouldn't that be a scary tag team?
That would be scary, yeah.
And I'd say that's feasible as well, because that's the only thing I think. If they're going to give him a partner, it's got to be a big surprise and something that.
Can I throw another couple of names in?
Yes.
Kane
No, massively disappointing again.
Oh.
or Kurt Hawkins?
So
They
he's been
addressed that last
petitioning
night.
it, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened on Raw. He was there with a Pick Me Braun t-shirt, and then Braun threw him through a wall.
So is that
So-
yes or no?
No, it's a no. It's a
I
no.
mean,
that's not
I
going to happen.
genuinely think they're either going to go with someone who's an absolute monster to go along with him, or they're going to go with someone who's hilariously funny. So it's kind of like you've got this heavy hitter and then this absolute just pussy. So
Perhaps Vince McMahon wants another Mania.
No,
Don't
my
joke,
prediction.
Brett, don't
Could you
joke.
imagine that strut down behind?
My prediction is that I just think he is just going to do it himself,
Yeah, I think that's
I
it.
don't think they are.
and I think he's gonna. I think he's going to win the titles himself, and then I think Authors of Pain are going to get called up on to Raw on Monday, and they'll start a feud with Strowman, and that will culminate in maybe the Authors of Pain winning it at SummerSlam, something like that.
There is actually one more name I've just thought of who loves to make an appearance at a big pay-per-view. Chris Jericho.
No,
I don't see the
can't
point.
see that happening either.
Yeah.
It doesn't really make sense either, does it? It's
I
just
don't know.
like Jericho for Jericho's sake.
Yeah, that's Jericho written all over, isn't it?
Yeah, it depends. When's his cruise?
I can see what people are saying. If Braun wins it, then it's sort of bad for the credibility of the other teams and that kind of thing, and it's a bit crap on the bar, for the bar. But it's Braun Strowman, and I love him, and it'd be amazing, and I'd shit all over my own living room, and
We are going to make
it'd
such
be
a mess.
perfect. Yeah.
So predictions. Let's go.
Braun Strowman to win by himself.
Braun to win. I don't know who his partner will be.
Brett.
I'm gonna go with the bar winning, and I'm gonna say that because I reckon maybe Braun does have a partner. Maybe it is someone like Samoa Joe, and rather than them being like teammates, that's the next feud. Them two together,
Oh,
Yes.
that's
Them two
such a
against
good
each
shout,
other.
Actually,
That is a
yeah,
good shout.
implodes.
and so like Samoa Joe like just taking the opportunity away from Braun.
I'm also going to go
Yeah.
for the bar foot because that was a very good
That's
point,
a
Brett.
very strong argument.
Yeah, because that's exactly the kind of
Just
things
snuck it
Samoa Joe would be pissed off with, the fact that Braun is seen as the dominant force
Yeah,
on Raw, and that was kind of what Joe was hoping to be. Yeah, that's.
I mean,
good,
I could
Brett.
even see it being a dirty finish.
yeah,
Like,
that'd be a legitimate feud that didn't need the title in the picture yet.
Nice. Well, I can't wait for next week's pod when we're all hailing what a great prediction that was.
Yeah.
We shall see. Okay, cool. Well, that's it then. So those were our two standout matches that each of us wanted to talk about in detail. If we quickly go through the remaining matches, so first up we've got the Raw Women's Championship, Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax. I know that you were thinking about having this one as your pick, John.
Yes.
What would be your call for this?
This is a tough one. I think they've been really building up Nia Jax on this. And it feels like she's got a lot of momentum behind her. But I really love Alexa Bliss, and I hate seeing her lose, so I'm going to go with Bliss.
Yeah, I think Jax. I think Bliss has sort of had it long enough now, the title. It's sort of been her year, so I think it's time now for Nia to take over.
I would agree with Nia Jax. I think she might have her time now. I think she's waited long enough.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Bliss. Just because I don't know. I just not sure that they'll go that way yet. They've just totally, I think, bungled the whole Nia Jax in the main roster situation. She should have had some opportunity before now.
Are you saying that she looks like Bungle from Rainbow?
No.
Ooh.
Not
You
at
said
all.
bungled.
Yeah, bungled her stint in the main roster.
Okay.
I think she should have something
I've,
sooner.
I've never heard anyone say bungled before, so that's why I made me think about bungled. I mean, it has been a little bit uncomfortable, the whole, especially last night, talking about like how she's
The whole Mean
blubbering
Girl
with the
thing
fans.
is awful.
That's kind of Alexa Bliss's MO, isn't it? She is actually like kind
Yeah.
of petty in feuds. That's her
I
way
mean,
of getting heat.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect anything less from WWE, really. So, it kind of makes sense. Okay, so 50-50 on that one. What about probably the match that most of us had absolutely no interest in until Rusev was added to it? United States Championship match between Randy Orton, Bobby Roode, Jinder Mahal and Rusev.
Is I don't care a legitimate prediction.
This is going to be a very
Yeah.
dull match. But I think it's quite interesting because I think it kind of epitomizes everything I dislike about WWE at the moment.
Yeah. In one match.
in one match. Yeah,
Apart from Rusev, surely.
yeah, but in a way that is like he's not being pushed as much as he should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, can we all say it together? Rusev deserves better.
Yeah,
Is that-
Rusev
Yeah.
does
Yeah,
deserve
that
it.
is our catchphrase. Unfortunately, though, we now have to say that at no point in the future on this podcast can anyone make a Rusev Day joke because John Cena made one last night on Raw.
Yeah.
So it is now officially not cool.
Yeah, told you. As soon as he had it on his trunks, it was over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was going to get nixed.
That's it, guys. We are retiring that joke.
But Rusev is going to win this match.
Do you reckon?
I want Rusev to win it.
Yeah, I
want
think so.
Rusev to win it.
Yeah, I think he will.
I reckon Rude.
It would make sense for them to cash in on his heat, but it's WWE, so they probably won't.
I think, and I saw old Cowboy James Storm was photographed with Paige, I think, backstage at Raw. So I'm hoping that there's going to be a Beer Money reunion
Well, that'll be
in WWE
interesting.
coming. Another tag team.
Well, with Bobby Roode.
Yeah, Bobby Roode, Cowboy James Storm. Such a great tag team in TNA. Great champions.
That'd be quite a departure, though, wouldn't it, from his current glorious persona?
It would. I don't think necessarily they would leap straight into it, but I'm hoping that they're going to go along that route if he is
Interesting.
jumping on board.
I think Rude is going to win this one. I think Rude's going to win it.
You think Roode? I think Rusev. Sam?
Rusev, yeah.
Brett?
Yeah, Rusev. He's had it before, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think I think they'll be comfortable with him being holding that belt.
I would love to see the numbers of non-American nationals who have held the US title, because I'm sure it's probably more than Americans.
Yeah. Do you remember he had the whole feud with Cena?
Yeah.
Did.
Wasn't that the flag match as
Oh,
well?
God.
Speaking of Cena, next up is a match that hasn't actually been announced, but surely it's going to happen. It's John Cena versus The Undertaker. I mean, obviously Cena's had a lot of praise for his promos, but it's sort of just same old, same old. I'm surprised nothing happened last night on Raw.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
Undertaker did this a couple of years ago as well, where he didn't do anything towards the Bray Wyatt build-up. Weird.
But at least they acknowledged that match was happening.
I mean, this has to happen, right? It's
I
happening.
hope it doesn't.
Yeah.
I really, really hope it doesn't.
I think it's happening. They wouldn't be doing the whole storyline if they weren't.
I don't know if it's the right phrase really, but I was going to say I'm cautiously optimistic that Taker might actually do okay, because they've sort of been saying that he's in much better shape than last year now that he's had this hip surgery, and that's what sort of really screwed him over in that match against Reigns. And obviously he's probably mortified that happened. Maybe looking back, he's thinking, God, I cannot go out on that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's going to be a classic, but I think it'll be better. So I'm up for seeing him again, and hopefully this will be his proper send off.
So, I mean, if WWE really want to do good by the fans, an NXT call-up here would be huge. That's kind of...
Yeah.
It's so unlikely. But having an NXT call-up come up and beat John Cena at WrestleMania, what a boost to anyone's career that would be. But
I think the crowd would go really sour, because they're expecting the Undertaker.
Where's Taker?
Yeah,
Especially
I
the
think you're
American
right.
crowds, like the hardcore wrestling fans there,
yeah.
will not be happy with that.
So I just want to sneak Aleister Black onto the card.
Because I was amazed at Raw when Cena started touting this match and how wild the crowd were going. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Who wants
Yeah.
this match?
Yeah.
I know.
It was
just
weird.
got that enthusiasm that us cynical Brits don't have.
Cynical Brits, we're going to be shitting all over your living room, mate.
Yeah.
That's true.
So
That
who do you
is
think's going to win this
enthusiasm.
if it happens? Which it probably
I
will.
think Taker's going to go out on a high.
Yeah, I originally thought Cena, but they did the whole him losing, Taker losing last year. So I think maybe Taker goes out on a high, and Cena keeps losing at every pay-per-view now, and it seems to be no big deal.
does
so.
lose a lot of pay-per-views. Trouble is, wrestling aren't very sentimental about the last match. It's always a big tradition. You lose your last match because you're helping putting someone else over.
Oh, Undertaker would
Yeah.
know. He's had 3 of them.
Yeah. I'm going to Cena. I think Cena's going to win this.
Brett?
Oh, I have no idea. I'm going to go Cena.
50-50
Just
again.
just to do
We're
the
going to have
split.
some Real
idea.
interesting predictions at the end of this.
No one's
Yeah.
going to win this one. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah. We're all gonna lose.
Next up is the Cruiserweight Championship match, which is going to be on the pre-show. Cedric Alexander versus Mustafa Ali. And this is one where I haven't really watched any of the matches, but I've been reading a lot about it. And I watched Mustafa Ali's promo video that he did recently, which I sent to you guys. And I am really excited about this, but I kind of get the feeling we're not going to have time to watch the
No.
pre-show
Yeah.
on Monday. So,
I
what you
think
guys
this will be a
thinking?
5-star match. I think this will be a belter.
Wow.
Yeah. I think it's going to be great. Mustafa Ali is really good.
Yeah.
I hope he wins it because obviously he's like putting promos together now as well as just being great in the ring, and he was great in the classic as well. He shone out then, and I think Cedric Alexander's just like he's great in the ring, but he's just a bit dull, isn't he?
Yeah, he's not great on the mic. It feels like if this is his success story though, because he's been around in that sort of title picture for quite a while, in and out, just injury and
exactly.
stuff.
Yeah,
Feels like this is the conclusion to that story.
it's just not the champ they need.
He's
Yeah,
amazing
so-
though. Like, wrestling wise, he's phenomenal.
Oh yeah,
Cedric's my pick to win it.
Yeah,
'cause,
mine
as you
too.
said,
Yeah,
he was
mine
in the
too.
picture. He was in the picture before, so I think they'll reward him.
okay. Well, I'm going to go for Ali.
Ooh.
Okay. And then let's very quickly just go through the Battle Royales. So we've got the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale, and we know that Dolph Ziggler, Matt Hardy, The Revival, Mojo Rawley, Baron Corbin, Ty Dillinger, Elias, Heath Slater, Breezango, and if John is correct, Goldust are in this one. I'm going to pick Elias to win it because he's probably the biggest name in it, going on heat at the moment. What do you guys think?
Big Cass to win it.
Big Cass.
Wow, could happen.
I'm going to go just because I think it's going to happen to spite me, and it's going to be Baron
Cool.
Corbin, isn't it?
Again?
Yeah, well, like then he'll be, someone will be a
Two-time.
two-time Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised actually.
I'm going Matt Hardy.
Okay.
Really?
I mean, I don't really care, but
No. And finally, we have the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royale. That's not a very good name. They should have come up with something else.
yeah.
Like maybe about a famous previous female wrestler who
Yeah.
wasn't a horrible pimp.
They missed a trick there. So in this, we know that it is going to involve Sasha Banks, Bayley, Becky Lynch, Naomi, Natalia, and the Riot Squad. I tell you what, some of those women like Banks, Bayley, Lynch must be a bit gutted they're going to be on the pre-show.
Yeah.
Although it's the first ever Battle Royale, so I suppose swings and roundabouts.
Well, it's not the first ever Battle Royale, is it?
The first ever Women's Battle Royale at WrestleMania.
Oh, okay.
It's yeah. So I mean, I picked Becky Lynch to win it because,
I was
think
thinking
she's
Becky as
the
well.
favourite.
I'm actually
Yeah,
going someone
me
else.
too. Actually, I was looking at those names. I was like, Becky needs the win out of the most of them.
Yeah, she does.
Not like because they got the whole Riot Squad in there, right?
Yeah.
Ruby Riot.
maybe, yeah.
She's got the most lackeys in the ring.
I have a feeling that Naomi is going to do the Kofi Kingston spot in this
Again.
match. Yeah.
Again, yeah.
I hope it's better than the last one.
Can we predict a Naomi botch?
Yeah. So have we all predicted winners?
I'm just going to go Sasha Banks because it's the boss.
Yeah, I'll go.
I feel the
Ruby
need to
Riott
move
as well.
on because I feel like enthusiasm for this, this section is waning. So I think what we should do is after this, we should try and get pumped up again and see if the enthusiasm from some of our listeners will rub off on us.
Boom! Tyler Breeze, face first. That's a ring apron rhinoplasty.
So we asked on Twitter earlier today which matches you guys are excited to see at WrestleMania. And we had a couple of replies. So John, who got in touch?
Well, we've had Carl Luckhurst get in touch. He said he's always excited for WrestleMania, probably most this year for Daniel Bryan's return. I think we can all agree with.
Yeah.
NXT is looking better at the moment. Not sure what to watch live. Hall of Fame, NXT, WrestleMania, 7 Hours, or Raw. The joys of Easter holidays as a teacher.
I don't think Hall of Fame should be in that list.
No.
No.
It's a poor year this year for Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I think at some point we need to watch it live as a four.
What? The...
The Hall of Fame.
Boring.
No, not Hall of Fame, WrestleMania.
Oh, okay, yeah, right.
Oh God, not Hall of Fame, for God's
Second,
sake.
you told us to get enthusiastic and then you suggested us watching the Hall of Fame together, Adam.
Yeah, no, I think maybe next year. I know it's on late, Brett, and you'll be tired.
I'll be asleep. I won't be able to stay awake for that.
Adam, you're the one with the daughter. So...
Yeah, but I'm going to come and stay over at one of your houses. My house will be off limits when you guys are all shit in it. So cool. we'll be coming over to one of yours.
Anyway, guys, should we perhaps get back on the podcast?
Yeah, who else got in touch?
So Hill Nick Payne got in touch. He's looking for all of it. Love this time of year. By far my favourite. Feel the IC could steal the show, but hope for a few surprises. Probably most excited for TakeOver. Gargano versus Champ has gripped me for 2 years, and that is definitely the match I'm most looking forward to. I think that match will be absolutely killer.
I mean, can we all agree that, like, whilst we are previewing WrestleMania here, all of us collectively are probably more excited for TakeOver, or as
so
excited?
much.
Oh yeah, totally. Almas versus Black, Gargano, Ciampa. It's going to be great.
I think that's a bit unfair. I know what you're getting at. Most of the time when there's a takeover, we're more excited about that, and it is better. But this WrestleMania card is pretty special.
Sure,
that's true. But yeah, if we had time, if we didn't have any jobs, and sleep wasn't a thing that was important, we would do a NXT review and preview and all that stuff as well. But we don't, so so we're not going to do it. We're just going to discuss it privately.
I think that Gargano Ciampa match. I can't remember a match in recent memory that I'm looking forward to more than that.
Yeah.
Anyway, Joe Chilton also got in touch. How many current champions are going to retain the belts?
John, you've been writing down the predictions.
Oh God, I have to add it all up.
Well, I saw this earlier, and don't worry, don't add it all up. I think there's going to be 5 title changes.
5 title changes?
Yeah, which seems like a lot, but I think the Universal is going to go to Roman. I think Intercontinental, I think, is going to go to Seth. Raw Women's, I think, is going to go to Asuka. Raw Tags is going to go to Braun. And then the US title is going to go to Rusev. So I think in that kind of area, sort of 4 or 5 maybe.
Yeah, I think 7.
Wow.
Whoa.
See, that's got to be too many.
That's got to be.
It's got to be.
I don't know. I want all of them to change hands. Fresh start, guys. Fresh start.
Yeah. I saw that Joe also put on his message, I'll set that over under at 2.5.
Oh, yeah.
Which will make sense to anybody gambles. And I think Joe Chilton's now going to have to be the official bookie of Hardest Part of the Ring.
Yeah, that meant nothing to me.
Yeah, I never understood betting odds.
I've never understood people who bet on wrestling. That always seems like the craziest thing.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it for listener questions and bits and pieces.
Thank you for getting in touch. This week we're not going to do the Hardest Part of the Ring champion because, we're just not going to. So, Sam, you can update us on that next time, maybe?
Yeah, we'll see how we feel.
See how we feel.
Ribcage first across the apron.
The next podcast will obviously be our WrestleMania review. Sam's coming over to mine. It's going to be cool. Brett's coming over to mine.
Everywhere.
Yeah, incredible. Brett, you going to do a load of big poos?
Hopefully not.
Store them up. No one poos for 3 days before WrestleMania.
So much poo chat. John, are you going to put... Oh, no, of course you're bloody not, because you're not coming over because you're going on holiday.
Going on holiday. Sorry, guys.
This is your last pod as Mr. 100%.
It is, yeah. I can't believe I didn't make you call it me Mr. 100% at the intro as well. That's frustrating.
That's lackluster. You've got one eye on the holiday.
Yeah.
Should we go back and re-record it?
No,
you are Mr. 100%. We can do everything you want.
Mr. 100% and current reigning Hardest Part champion.
No, quiz champion.
Quiz champion. Sorry.
We're confusing people. How do people get in touch? Brett, please tell us. I've been trying to send an email to us lot, and I just don't know how to do it.
Okay, I actually thought you were having troubles then.
No.
You can email us on hardestpartofthering@gmail.com.
Oh,
yeah. See, were you doing .co.uk?
Yeah,
that was your problem. Or were you trying to use paper and pen?
No, I was doing info@hardestpartofthering.com, but we're not professional enough to actually have a proper website yet. So
no,
that's the problem.
Info, would that be our contact?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Social media?
And so you can find us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, and we are at Hardest Part Pod.
Hooray. Okay, so that is it. That is our preview of WrestleMania 2018. We will see next week whether any of our predictions came true. Sorry about all the poo chat.
Yeah, sorry.
And until next week, it is goodbye from me. It is goodbye from Sam.
See ya.
For the last time, it is goodbye from Mr. 100%.
Goodbye. Enjoy WrestleMania.
Thanks, mate. Have a lovely holiday.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
And it's goodbye from Brett.
Goodbye.
That was the hardest part of the ring.
That is the hardest part